Welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Mrinmoy Pramanik. I teach comparative Indian language and literature at the University of Calcutta. Now we will discuss South Asian drama, Ramakien, drama and epic form from Thailand. The content of this module is prepared by me. Now let us begin our discussion with an important quotation made by Ramakien scholar or the scholar of South Asian epic Redwood. He started, so we start with his quotation on Ramakien. The Siamese classical theatre is characteristically Asiatic but at the same time notably different from that of other Oriental countries. Siam has a long tradition of national independence. Over the centuries, she has been subject to numerous foreign influences which she has modified, absorbed and ultimately made her own. Unquote. Ramakien or the glory of Rama is the national epic of Thailand. There is a long history of Ramakien becoming the national epic. This history involves the history of cultural exchanges happened between India and Southeast Asia in the medieval period. Ramakatha of Indian tradition not only is the denominator of Indian culture, but it also exists so integrally in different Southeast Asian cultures also. Ramakatha was adapted, recreated, reinterpreted in different Southeast Asian languages since the time of Hindu conquest in different countries of Southeast Asia. Multiple stories owned by different linguistic communities of India and neighboring countries prepare whole grand narrative of the Ramakatha. Ramakien as a national epic or national epic form of Thailand not only shows the influence of certain culture or encountering certain cultural practices from different cultural zones, but it also shows the integrity of the narrative, which makes the narrative acceptable to the whole community of Thai people. Ramakien, the national epic of Thailand, is significant for the Thai people in many ways. One among those is its role as source of ethical, moral and cultural education. It holds the national life of the Thai community as it should be in modern Thai political understanding. Thai people have multi-layered understanding with this text. One side, this text authenticates the history of the ancestors of the modern Thai people. In other side, it keeps a record of cultural and psychological evolution of the community during the course of the time. As this text is national epic and witnessed cultural evolution of the Thai community, it reflects the community bonding and brotherhood too. So the Ramakien to the Thai people is integral to their community life and special in unparalleled way. None of the epics is so much identical or integral to the whole community as Ramakien is even in modern practical aspects such as nation building and moral education to the citizens. Ramayana was brought to Thailand during the Khmer kingdom and it was passed through the Siamese kingdom of Sukhothai and widely spread over the country. Ramayana stories were written down in Siam for the first time and most of the ancient manuscripts of the Ramakien were lost when Burmese conquered the capital Ayutthaya. Not only Ramakian, but there are many other forms of performing or representing Rama stories in Thai culture, such as shadow plays, dance drama, painting, music, and obviously literature. Now, let us briefly talk about the Rama story and its integrity with Thai culture. The Ramakien has to be understood in the greater context of Thai culture. There are Rama stories in every nook and corner of Thai life and cultural geography of Thailand. Thai people used to believe that the Ramayana was emerged from the soil of the Thailand. Yuthong established a new city called Ayutthaya in 1350 AD as the place of birth of Rama, originally found in the Ramayana as Ayodhya. A small town situated north of Ayutthaya is named as Lopburi or Lavapuri in the name of Lava, son of Rama. The impact of the Rama story in the Thai folk tradition is also evident from several expressions of proverbial value which are traceable to the Rama story. Thus, for example, to fly further from Lanka means to overdo something, and this expression is apparently derived from the episode in which Hanumana, during his journey towards Lanka, is said to have flown beyond Lanka because of his enthusiasm to find the whereabouts of Sita quickly. There are different forms of folk narratives known as Fralak, Fralam, Rama Jataka, Haraman, Promachak, and Ramakian undergone many changes during the course of the time. This shows continuous flow of the Rama story in the life of the common people in different parts of the Thailand. And the major changes in these stories confirms the stories and forms as living as the folks of different cultural areas of Thailand. Now, let us talk about Rama story and shadow play, because in nature Ramakian and the different shadow play practice has their connections, and shadow play, Ramakian, performance of Ramakian, and there are many other theatrical forms what adapt the stories from Ramakian epic or from the Ramayana. As we hinted that the Thai culture is surrounded by the Rama story, and naturally this produces different art forms. Shadow play is one of the outcomes of this community cultural practice. Rama narrative in shadow play is much popular among the Thai people, so it needs a special attention to be discussed. A scholar of Ramakian said, I quote, "The basic repertoire of the Thai shadow play, known as the Nang, consists exclusively of the episodes drawn from the Rama story. A favorite theme of the Nang in the ancient times is the campaign of war waged by Ravana's brothers Khon or Khara and Thut or Dusana and Trisiyan or Trisiras against Rama and his companions after Ravana's sister Sammanakha or Surpanakha is mutilated by Rama and Lakshmana when she tries to molest Sita. The other popular episodes played by the Nang performers include the episode in which the demon Mayarab or Mahiravan abducts Rama, who is then rescued by Hanuman. This shadow play is known as Nang, is consisted with Rama story in its all the chapters. Beside this Nang shadow play, there is another form also which is known as Nang Yai or shadow play of large height figures. Rama story as a theme of classics epics in different languages also was adapted simultaneously in different performative forms too. S. Singaravelu about whom I was talking before also. S. Singaravelu, a renowned scholar of Ramakian and the Ramayana stories or Ramayana culture of Southeast Asia, correctly points out that classical Thai drama always takes its theme from the Rama story. For example, the repertoire of the Thai mask play known as the Khonish, exclusively taken from the Rama story. The performers of the Khon, except those playing the divine and human roles, wear masks and enact the story to the accompaniment of music and the recitation of text containing poetic versions of the story composed by ancient poets, commented by S. Singaravelu. We can find similarity, or we can have a comparative study of this mask art and the Ramakin, the Khon performance with the mask art can be compared with the Kathakali dance of Kerala or Chhau dance of Bengal or Odisha or Jharkhand. So we can have a comparative study. We can find that similar kind of theatrical approach in such theaters. The subject matter of Khon is always taken from the story of Ramakian. Khon appears like as a sequel or further narrative of Ramakian. Khon is a Thai classical court mask dance whose history dates back hundred of years. It employs many aspects of the arts like drama, dance, pantomime and music. The costume are elaborate, including decorated headdresses or crowns and full head mask, which is the most distinctive characteristic of this performance. Furthermore, Khon is a unique performance, especially when every aspect of the art is combined for performing the story of the Ramakian, the Thai epic adapted from the Ramayana, the Indian epic. The Ramakian is the story of Phra Ram, an incarnation of the god Phra Narai. He is assisted by monkey warriors who bring back his wife Sita, kidnapped by the demon king Tosakant. The story presents the universal belief that virtue always wins over evil. When the epic is presented on stage, adaptations are necessary for facilitating the ability to play Khon, commented by Velu. Besides Khon, other popular classical Thai drama form is Lakhon. Actor and actress speak on suitable occasions in their performances. The story of this performance is mostly romantic stories of the life of the kings and demons written in verse forms, but Rama stories also many times adapted as theme for this performance to fulfill the taste of dramatic desire of the audience across the rural and urban Thailand. These thematic varieties of Lakhon proves the popularity of Rama's story in Thai life as daily and necessary habit. But Lakhon Nai is not necessarily based on the stories of the Ramakian. It mainly adapted stories from different folk narratives and legends of nearby languages and countries too. And most of these stories have non-Brahminic origin. Ramakian. The Siamese version of Ramayana, first dramatized entirely by the King Rama II, 1809 to 1824. But the parts of this epic has been performing since the time theatre became an art practice in royal court. But for the first time, entire Ramakian epic was performed by King Rama II. Singaravelu argued that the origin of the Ramakian can be traced in the historical past and geographical location of Thailand. It is not Thailand only, but the most of the parts of the Southeast Asia which was not influenced but were made their selfhood with the cultural ether of the Ramayana story. Painting, sculpture, literature, and many other performances have been widely performed in different languages and different parts of Southeast Asia. Before Ramakien, there were few more dramatic forms and performance tradition in Thailand, which were completely based on Rama's story. Hence, it is quite natural that such a polished, developed, progressed form of performance based on Rama's story will be emerged from Thai soil, which is known as Ramakien. The theme of the Ramakien has been adapted and borrowed from multiple sources like oral traditions of the Thailand, the Ramakatha which are there in the oral tradition of Thailand, from the narrative of Valmiki's Sanskrit Ramayana or other Sanskrit Ramayana, from the Tamil Ramayana, from the Bengali Ramayana, and also from the Hindi Ramayana. Now let us talk about the speciality, the novelty, the uniqueness or the characteristics of epic Ramakien and its performance. Singaravelu commented about the basic characteristic of the Ramakien as, I quote, the Ramakien of King Rama I is a long poetic version composed in Thai metrical non-verse form, written originally on 102 folios, each folio consisting of 24 pages, each page containing 4 lines of approximately 20 words each, and the entire work containing 52,086 verses and 1,95,084 words. It is to be noted, however, that unlike the Indian versions, the Ramakien is not subdivided either into major sections such as cantos or khondo or chapters, but for purposes of analysis, we may treat this work as consisting of 3 major parts. The first part dealing with the origin of the chief characters, the second part depicting the chief dramatic events of the story, including the fall of Ravana, and the final part describing the events which occur after Rama conquest the Ravana. Unquote. The first part of the story deals with the origin of the main character Narayana or Phra Naraya to kill the demon Hiranyak, followed by the birth of the Ravana, who is known as Thosakan or Dasakantha, means 10-headed. According to the Ramakien, Frausan or Lord Shiva accords his servant Nonthok or Nandaka a boon which will enable him to change his index finger into a diamond and destroy anyone at whom he points this finger. And as Nonthok begins to misuse his power, Phra Narai assumes the form of a charming young woman and dance in front of Nonthok, who also tries to imitate the various movements of her hands. At a particular moment, Nonthok happens to point his diamond finger towards himself, and instantly his bones are crushed by the power of his own finger. All the major characters of the Ramayana are character here also. Beside these incidents, another major event in Ramakien's story is, I quote, Fali vanishing Sukrip to the forest relates to Fali's battle with a buffalo named Thorafi. Unquote. Ramakien says a story about the birth of the Hanumana, as it also says birth story of the god Narayana, Rama, and the Ravana as well. The story is divided into different parts in Ramayana is quite interesting, as observed by John Eckert Redwood. I quote, the first scene showed Prince Rama assembling his army in preparation for the battle and included processions and stately martial dance. The second scene depicted the battle itself, in which Varun, who is Rama's adversary, is defeated despite his magic powers. In the third scene, Varun is taking refuge in the cave of a nymph, and the two perform a grave, tortuous dance in a kneeling posture. Hanuman the monkey general and ally of Ram pursues Varun, and in the fourth scene encounters the servants of the nymph who are out gathering fruit for their mistress. Velu referred Kamban Ramayana's genealogical reference, which is similarly found in Ramakien, and Velu commented, I quote, as regards the lineage and birth of Rama, who is known as Phra Ram in the Ramakien, his ancestors are said to be of divine origin, which is traced back to Phra Narai or Lord Narayana. Through King Thosarat or Dasarath, Achaban and Anumatan, Phra Ram himself is the reincarnation of Phra Narai or the god Narayana, and his brothers Phra Lak or Lakshman or Lakmaka, Phra Frot or Bharata, and Phra Satrud or Satrugana, manifestations of the Phra Narayana's emblems, namely the serpent Ananta, the discus and mace respectively. Velu points out 30 distinctive characteristics of the stories of the Ramakien, which are actually innovation and not as such found in the major Indian Ramayana stories. But some stories are very much related to the stories found in the Kamban Ramayana, Jaina Ramayana, Bengali Ramayana and Malay Hikayat Seri Rama. Now, right on the screen, you can find whole birth story of the Ravana, the way it is described in Ramakien. This chart is found in Velu's article, and he put this chart to show the genealogy of Ravana. Now let us talk about the characterization or the characters of Ramakien. About the reading of the characters in Ramakien, Redwood said, an idea of the scale and breadth of this world of the Ramakien may be gained by examining the list of characters which was compiled by King Vajiravudh. He mentions by name 311 characters and describes their appearance, mask, origin and descent. They are grouped under headings such as celestials, mortals of divine and earthly descent, rishis or anchorites, descendants of Brahma, demons, minister, guardians, and allies of Lanka, the demon kingdom, or nymphs, monkeys, birds, serpents, buffaloes, and horses. Ramakien represents its main character as more human. Major character of Ramakien is simultaneously admirable and not desirable. The chief character, Phra Ram, is said to be the reincarnation of Phra Narai or Lord Narayana, and as a ruler who is endowed with supernatural powers, bravery, righteous munificence, and compassion. Phra Rama is a model of kings. At the same time, Phra Rama is also shown to be a human being who, in a fit of great anger on seeing the picture of Thosakam drawn by Nang Sida, orders her to be put to death. But as he later repents for his hasty action, he merits the grace of Phalsuwan, who plays a commanding role in all critical situations. I unquote. Unlike Tulasidasa's Ramacharitamānasa, Ramakien makes the Rama more humanly. There is very distinct nature found while Hanumana is portrayed in the Ramayana and the Ramakien. In the Ramayana, Hanumana is so virtuous, whereas in Ramakien, Hanuman is heroic, who does not care as such about virtue or morality and has relationship with multiple women together. In the Ramayana, Vanarsenas built a bridge through which Rama and other crossed the sea. But in the Ramakien, Hanumana himself lie down over the sea and asked Vanara and others to cross the sea through walking on his back. Now you can find a few photos, pictures of Hanumana as described in the epic Ramakien and as performed in different theatrical forms of theatrical productions of Ramakien. Singaravelu, a scholar of Ramakien and Ramayana in Southeast Asia, found a deep affinity of Ramakien with many stories of Tamil folklore. According to him, Mayarab episode of the Thai Ramakien used similar motifs found in Tamil folk narrative. His argument is based on the claim made by H. Prince Dhani Nivath in 1942, according to what the detail of the episode has been derived from the South Indian Rama story, and this is how such kind of study unfolds deep affinity of cultural past of different civilizations and discovers the common narrative of the humanity. Now let us summarize our discussion. In this discussion, we started with very introductory note about the Ramakien and its present day significance in the Thai culture, Thai community life and Thai politics most significantly, because this Ramakien makes Thai identity, Thai communitarian identity, and it is considered as the national epic of Thailand, and it proves how much deeply rooted this epic in the Thai culture and how much it is integrated with the Thai culture. We also came to know that Ramakien did not come all of a sudden in the Thai culture. There was already an environment or culture of Rama stories, narratives in folk tradition and in performances through the encounter with India and Indian civilization and culture. The folk narrative of Ramakatha has been transported, has been delivered from India to Thailand and many other countries of Southeast Asia. So we can find the influence of the different Ramayana written in different Indian languages including Sanskrit, and the oral tradition, the influence of oral tradition in the Thai Ramayana culture. And Ramayana in Thailand actually has come in different period to play different roles. Each period of Ramakatha has created a distinct or different kinds of performance, sculpture, art and painting. And finally we find Ramakien, a great epic, a national epic of Thailand, which holds the ethos of the life of the Thai community, what gives the education, the moral education to the citizens of the Thailand. And this is how Ramakien is not only a art form or an literary epic or a performance tradition, but it is a political text too. Thank you.